Learning Guide to write opinion essays and for and against essays. Many of you have asked me to create some videos explaining the types of writing tasks that you can find in the EOI writing exam. So if you feel you could do with some extra help to train for your writing test, then keep watching because this video is definitely for you. Hi, my name is Toya Santa Cruz, and I've been an EOI teacher for 15 years. And then I created EOI to help you succeed at your EOI exam. And now I created this series to prepare you better for your writing exam. How would you like to feel in your EOI writing test? I bet you'd like to feel confident, to feel you have it under control, and at the same time use the right linking words as well as nice structures that you know are going to raise your score in the test, right? Of course, you would like to feel like that. So in today's video, we're going to start with one of the most common writing types, essays, and how to plan for them strategically. So we're going to be looking at how to organize an essay in terms of structure, paying attention at the paragraphs, how to organize your ideas, and which linking words to use that will help your reader follow your train of thought smoothly. Follow what you think, your opinion, all the examples that you're giving easily, smoothly, making it easier for your reader. That's the point. So you can be asked to write two types of essays, an opinion essay and a for and against essay. What's the difference? Okay. In an opinion essay, you need to present your opinion, of course, providing examples and reasons to support it. And in a for and against essay, you need to present both sides of an issue. In the main body, you pay attention to each side, providing reasons and examples. And in the conclusion is where you can express your opinion and why you find a side more convincing than the other, if that is the case. Or you can also conclude by sharing a balanced idea. Okay, what are you going to do in your writing? You're going to describe, you're going to discuss, of course you're going to give your opinion. Those are the purposes of the writing. Now, what are the parts of an essay? You've got three parts: introduction, main body, and conclusion. Let's start with the introduction. In paragraph 1, you introduce the topic, obviously. The opening should engage the reader's interest and give a hint of what is going to come later. So you can open your writing with a rhetorical question, with some factual information as a number or a percentage, or with a shocking statement that will make your reader want to know more. In your main body, you're going to write minimum and usually 2 paragraphs. Paragraph 2 is to state your arguments for, and paragraph 3 is going to state your arguments against, okay? And then you have a conclusion, and in your conclusion, that's where you have paragraph 4 is where you're going to refer back to the topic, yes? You're going to summarize both sides, and here is where you can say why you find one side more convincing than the other, if that's the case. Now, how to organize your paragraphs? Okay, paragraphs will help you not only to show ideas for, ideas against, or different views, but also you need to use them to show you have the level that you're preparing for. So begin each paragraph with a main idea and then develop this idea, okay? Begin a new paragraph for each new idea and use a list of structures when you're writing. Okay, you can find in our mobile app at EOI in the section Resources, Speaking Worksheets, some sections with grammar, vocabulary, and you can use them as a reference, as a guide when you are writing, yes, because you want to make sure you use a variety of structures and vocabulary that are adequate to your level, okay? So that's very important. You can download the app totally free, I'll tell you later. Now, what not to do, okay? Don't use informal style, no contractions, no colloquial words, or emotional language, okay? This is an essay. Now, a super important part of your writing is how you link or connect ideas inside each paragraph, within the paragraph, and of course the transition from one paragraph to the next. So let's look at some of the linking words and expressions that will help the reader follow your ideas easily and smoothly. Yes? Useful connectors and linking words. There are so many of them. Okay, depending on your level, you'll be choosing some or others, but I'm going to give you a few examples. Imagine that you want to list points. Of course, you've got the basic firstly, first of all, in the first place, to start with, and then you can add more, secondly, finally, yeah? Okay, now, if you're going to list advantages, one advantage of, or an additional advantage of something, okay? Those two ways. Or the greatest advantage of whatever is, yes? Okay. If you're going to list these advantages, you can use the same, but let's try and use a different one. So, for example, a further drawback or disadvantage, yes? Or inconvenient, you could use as well. Of course, you can use, it could be argued, it is suggested that, yes? Okay, so you're using a passive as well. Interesting. Now, if you're going to add ideas, you can use besides, you can use apart from, you can use as well as, you can use both this and that, okay? Imagine you want to contrast points, yes? On the other hand, of course, however, although, though, even though, whereas is a great one, yes? And while as well. And of course, in spite of and despite. Now, you're going to introduce examples, then use in particular, especially, as, like, for instance. Okay, and you can also use a passive with it is clearly seen in the fact that da-da-da-da-da, okay? Okay, so if you're going to emphasize, use adverbs, obviously, needless to say, it's clearly stated or it's clearly seen here or there, okay? Now to make general statements, generally, in most cases, it's widely known that, yes? Okay, good. You're following? So far, so good. This is a lot of information. Now, imagine you want to express a cause. Then you're going to use owing to, due to, or due to the fact that, yes, because, of course, as or since. And imagine that you want to express effect. So, therefore, or you can use consequently, you can use for this reason, but just choose one or two that you feel comfortable with, because as with everything, less is more. So don't overload your writing with linking words and expressions. Just select those that will help you convey your ideas clearly, because clarity is key in your writing. And remember, use shorter sentences than you would write in Spanish, and do not forget to revise your verb tenses. Save some time for the end, and then reread your writing. And using a checklist when you finish your writing is a very, very good idea, believe me. You may now be wondering, okay, yeah, but which elements should I include in my checklist? Okay, if I were in your shoes, I'd include the following elements. Revise your intro. Is it engaging? Did you include a rhetorical question, a shocking statement, figure, number? How many paragraphs did you write? How many key structures for your level did you use? How many key or how many expressions or key vocabulary, how much key vocabulary did you use? Any phrasal verbs? Connectors? How many? Which ones? How do you write your conclusion? And did you give your opinion? Okay, those are the things that I would include in your checklist. Yeah, so far so good. I hope you found this video useful and clarifying. If you liked it, please leave me a comment below so more people can find it and benefit from it. You can suggest ideas for future videos, and I will make sure you'll find them in this channel. And if you want more high quality content like this, It's as simple as subscribing to the channel, activating the bell, so you'll be notified when our next video is released. And we're going to be releasing one video per type of writing. And of course, with everything, perfect practice makes perfect. So make sure you're practicing, you're writing some essays, and if you can, ask somebody to revise them for you if you're not attending any course. And of course, as I told you before in the video, you have access to our mobile app. In it, to prepare for your writing, you have some examples, and you also have the speaking worksheets that you can use as a guide for the right structures, vocabulary that you need to use for each topic. So make the most of it. Download it right now. You can find it in the description of the video, and I really hope you'll find it useful. There are more than 2,000 people who have already downloaded it since we released it and who are benefiting from it. So there it is for you to use. And of course, keep on with the hard work as usual, and see you soon.